Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of entitled people. In today's episode, entitled Sister Lazy mooches off mom with 2 kids and boyfriend. My first restraining order. Apparently, I'm not allowed to snowblow my own driveway. EP wants to take my place in queue. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Entitled Sister Lazy mooches off mom with 2 kids and boyfriend. My sister, 39, lives with my mom basically rent-free. She has 0 income. 0. Her boyfriend also lives with them. He also works odd jobs, claims he can't get a regular paycheck job because they'll attach his wages for child support he owes for another child he has. I call this a red flag. So my mom, who is a complete enabler, just changed the subject when I try to explain to her that she is not doing anyone any favors by not making them work. She takes care of my mom. However, her idea of taking care of her is yelling at her for touching anything in the kitchen, having to clean up after her. My mom doesn't move well at all and needs both sides of her hips replaced. She doesn't go to appointments anymore since I basically am not allowed over there for causing issues. My sister says it's too inconvenient. I even went to DMV and obtained a handicap placard for my mom. My sister uses it just to go to the store or wherever she needs to go. The boyfriend sits around smoking pot all day. He can afford that. So they pay for the TV and the car insurance. For the car that my mom had brand new in 2017 and now is unable to drive. So it's basically my sister's car. My mom will likely pass on soon. So I don't know how in the hell my sister will manage to even survive when that happens. She has 0 life skills and is completely entitled. Had to vent. I'm so disgusted with all of them. My sister's kids BTW are 17 and 11. The 17 nephew is on the spectrum, and she lets them do online school, so basically they never leave the house, and if they do, my mom pays for everything. She only gets her Social Security every month, and that is the only income. My grandma passed on, but they already went through that money in a year. Can you report your sister to Adult Protective Services? She sure can. We had to do that in PA. My FIL was financially abusing his mother. Badly. They take it pretty seriously. Those poor children. Precisely, what life skills and joys in life are they experiencing? I try to express to my mom how much of a disservice she is doing to her grandchildren, but what do I know? Who owns the house? Make sure your sister isn't the only beneficiary on everything. Even if she is, if she has no income, the house will most likely go in foreclosure, or if she sells it, the money would be gone quickly. I wouldn't risk the headache. Hope you're prepared to let them be homeless, because when your mom passes, they are definitely going to be looking at you as their next meal ticket. My first restraining order. Apparently, I'm not allowed to snowblow my own driveway. I'm gonna say that today was one of the most insane days I've ever had in my life. It involved me contacting the sheriff and picking up the paperwork for a restraining order and involving my attorney, all because our snow plow guy decided to threaten me and my family. So here is the story. It's a long one and a crazy one. Late last year, our house was ruined from water intrusion in the roof. It's been a massive insurance claim, and as part of that, the insurance company has been paying for us to rent a house nearby. We moved into this place recently, and it's been great so far. One of the benefits was that as part of the lease, we would have someone who would come by to snow plow the driveway, which was great. And the weekend we moved in, there was a massive snowstorm, 60+ mph winds, and the driveway at our new place was snowed in. The plow guys never showed up, so I basically shrugged it off, got my snow blower, we brought ours to this place, and cleared the driveway. I messaged the owner and asked if she could share the plow guy's phone number so I could message him. She did, and surprise, surprise, it was actually someone we knew. Small town. This guy has a reputation, but we never had any problems with him. So I sent him a message and said that we were living at this place and that I had my trailer parked in the driveway and would need him to keep the snowbanks pushed out so I could turn it around properly. I also offered to help keep the parts he couldn't reach clear with my snowblower, since plowing around a trailer can be a pain. By the way, this is a super massive driveway and parking area. I have 4 trailers parked, and there is still tons of room. They are also parked in places out of the way of his push paths. For what it's worth, if he had said to me, "Sorry, I can't plow your driveway as is," I would have been like, "No problem at all, I will take care of it." I had no expectations of him at all and was fully prepared to do it myself. But he said all was good and told me not to bother snow blowing as he would be by with his machines to clear things up. Well, not long after, another storm come by. 1 to 2 foot of snow on our driveway, and my wife can't get out. So I got up, started the snow blower, and cleared the driveway. By the way, this is not a quick process. It takes me about an hour to do the whole thing. His employee with a loader shows up at 10 p.m. that night, sees the driveway looks clear, and drives on by to his next stop, a house close by. I didn't make a fuss about it because I get it. Maybe we are the last on the route, but I can't just sit inside all day and wait. I just thought, well, this guy got a freebie on me, aka he didn't have to do the work. A short bit of time went by and I woke up to go snowmobiling. We had a fresh 18-inch of snow on the driveway. The plow guy hasn't come, and I had to depart at 8:15 to meet a friend at the trailhead. My trailer weighs 7,000 pounds. It's 28 long, enclosed, and holds 5 sleds. My big truck with brand new top-of-the-line snow tires can't pull that thing up a hill in 18-inch of fresh snow. So I got my snow blower out, cleared the path from the trailer to the main road, and off I went. I got back at 4 p.m. They still weren't there, so I cleared the rest of the driveway so I could turn around and park the trailer. Their guy drove by at 10:30 p.m. at night. Now here is where the crazy starts. The owner texted me today and said, "Do not snow blow your driveway anymore. You are taking money out of my pocket." To which I responded that I have no interest in snow blowing my driveway and would prefer for them to do it, but that I need them to come early in the AM because we work and need to get out of the driveway, and I can't get my trailer out without a clear path. I've tried. He called me immediately after that, and all hell broke loose. The phone call went like this. Him: "You better stop doing what you are doing because we are contracted to plow that house, and you are causing me to lose money every time you do it. You need to learn how to just deal with it when it snows." I told him I was dealing with it. If I can't get my car out of the driveway, I clear it. I don't have time to hope they show up. During the call, he called me in Fing PY and said I needed to learn how to drive my car like a man, that I should go park my trailer in town the day before, and that I was not allowed to plow my own driveway. He then told me how my house was the lowest on his priority list, but he still felt entitled to the money for the plow fees. I didn't know this, but apparently his contract is a base monthly rate and a very large payment for every extra plow when the snow is above 6 inch. Our insurance pays the homeowner directly, so we aren't really aware of this. But anyway, the call got heated with him yelling at me to stop ruining him over, and how I'm apparently a dumbass and I'm not allowed to clear my own driveway. At this point, I basically said that if it's such a problem, perhaps I'll just call the owners and suggest they cancel the contract. I'm the one paying for it. I do have a budget with insurance, and this is a line item, so I have someone who treats me like shit. From here on out, it got worse. He started making threats about how if I get the contract canceled, he is gonna come down here and deal with me, and lots of other things not worth saying corresponding to threats against myself and family. I ended the call. They immediately called the local police department, filed a report. A case was opened and I was referred to the sheriff's office. I also called the owners, who were appalled by what had happened. They immediately sent him a note stating he to no longer come by the property and canceled his service. To add to this, it's not the first time he has done something like it. The sheriff's department is very familiar with him, as are many people in town. So yeah, that's where we are, and feel free to add thoughts and advice. We have security cameras all over the property and will be following up with the authorities. So, what a day it's been. One advantage of a small town could be that it would be easier to secure the RO if the sheriff and local court staff and judges are aware of his spotty track record. It would probably be wise to get something on paper in case he does some crazy shit. I'd also set up some cameras pointing at my driveway and trailer and such. This guy sounds unhinged. Very unhinged. Yeah, I got them in the driveway and around the big trailer. He's mad you didn't fall for his snow job. He blew it. EP wants to take my place in queue. This incident still makes me a little angry. Okay, here it goes. This incident happened a little over a year ago when my son was born. I wanted to apply for his passport as soon as possible, but the city we were in didn't have any available appointments in any of the offices, so we decided to go as a walk-in. We inquired and got to know only 5 walk-ins are allowed a day, first come, first served basis, and that also from 2 p.m. So naturally, we went way earlier to be the first one in line, around 11 a.m., 12 noon. After reaching, we spoke to a person managing the appointments, and she told us that they don't click photos for passport anymore, and we will have to get a photo of our baby from outside. Then my husband and I made a plan that I will stay here in the queue, and he will go home and get baby and go to some store to get his photo clicked. We even called and asked few stores, and some of them did not agree as our baby was just 1.5 months old. They don't click pics of small babies. But at last one the store agreed to click a pic. Anyways, these all things were taking time, and I was coordinating with my husband over the phone. Meanwhile, many people came and joined the queue after me. Also, came the EP and joined the queue. She at first was okay, and was talking to the managing person about getting in the queue too. The managing person told her to wait, and if any person doesn't show up, she will consider her. Then she asked something from me and the next person in queue. I don't remember the exact thing. By that time, my husband was not positive on getting the photo, and we were thinking to come another day. So I very politely told the EP that she can take my place in queue if my husband doesn't get the photo in next 15 minutes. But none of these options were sitting right with her, and she wanted to get into queue then and there. And then she had the audacity to go back to the managing person, and she actually shouted at her to get me out of the queue and to give her my place because I don't even have the photo to apply for passport. What the hell was she thinking? No one entertained her, and then she left. All the people in queue was gaping at her, and then the devil left. Good thing was my husband managed to get the photo, and we applied the same day. There were people who waited and was given appointments, but EP missed it. Only if she would have waited for some time. First to shout loses. Bye-bye. If your husband wouldn't have managed taking a photo in next 15 minutes, you could just swap places with the person next to you. No need to give up your place completely. Yes, you are right. The passport office pretty much hates EP. It's already massively hard to do this in this decade. I love my passport because I love to travel. I also hate entitled people. Sorry that comment went off center. I'm lacking a lot of sleep. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.